This is from Pro Football Focus. Third-year breakout candidates for 2023. One of them, cornerback Greg Newsome, on the field for 499 coverage snaps last year, allowed just 41 receptions for 400 yards, seventh fewest among the 65 cornerbacks who were on the field for 400-plus coverage snaps in 2022. And again, Newsome was playing in the slot, so not where he wants to be. We've talked plenty about that. Greg Newsome was still a pretty darn good cornerback a season ago.
Yeah, the way you hear people talk about him, you swear that he was giving up like 25 touchdowns a year or something like that. But yeah, no, he's pretty good. I think he proved that his rookie year, and then he came back and played well his last year. I just think the issue wasn't that he was bad at slot. The issue was he wasn't the best fit for that position, and honestly, he was a better fit for some other spots. So it was just, again, bad management on that side of the ball when it came to personnel, because that's what happens when you don't have your best players in their best spots. But yeah, he's still a really good player. He's going to find a way to be helpful for this team, and I think Jim Schwartz is going to really figure out a way to get the most out of him. And this is his opportunity to prove himself, right? He's a guy who likes to pride himself on covering corners and following guys and playing some press man. He's going to get that opportunity to play a little bit more press man in this kind of a defense. So he gets to live up to that.
Yeah, and again, everybody wants to be put in a position to succeed, to be asked to do the things that you do well. Jim Schwartz repeatedly has said, we got to find out what these guys do well and then ask them to do that and find other guys to do other things that they do well. It seems like that's the definition of good coaching.
Yeah, I mean, it's just figuring out what you can do with what's in front of you, right? So many people get so caught up into what they don't have or what they feel like they need that they're not getting, that they don't really figure out what's in front of them. And I think whenever you hear Bill Belichick talk about this, especially on the defensive side of the ball, he's very key on this. Whenever you hear him talk about prospects or whenever you hear players who are developed under a guy like Bill Belichick, they always say, hey, he told us exactly what he felt like we were good at and told us to just do that thing that we're good at, right? You can move backwards. You're not really somebody who can move forwards. You're side to side. I like how you move side to side, so don't move left, so only move left to right? Figuring out what you can do with what's in front of you is the definition of great coaching, right? That's what we give all the accolades to for the great coaches like Mike Tomlin that can figure out how to put these pieces together. Because honestly, look, anybody can build IKEA furniture. And I know people are like, where is he going with this? But anybody can build IKEA furniture because they give you all the parts that you need in the box. Anybody could do it. That does not make you a craftsman, right? A craftsman is somebody who can get some wood from outside, stand it down, and make a bench out of it. That's what a defensive coordinator, a real defensive coordinator, a real coach is supposed to be able to do. And that's more or less what Jim Schwartz is. A lot of guys in the league, they want to build IKEA furniture. They want all the pieces so that, their defense can work. And if you need all the pieces so your defense can work, then you really just don't have a defense.